Welcome to the Grim Tapes. In today's chilling episode, we unravel one of the most haunting tales in American history. Hidden within the hills of Louisville, Kentucky, lies a structure so soaked in suffering and death that it has become a beacon for those fascinated by the paranormal. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium is not just a decaying building. It's a monument to misery, a relic of a terrifying medical past, and a resting place for spirits who never left. Prepare yourself for a journey into the eerie corridors of one of the most haunted places in the United States. This is not just a ghost story. This is history cloaked in shadows. History of Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Let's start at the beginning. Waverly Hills Sanatorium was originally opened in the early 1900s as a hospital for tuberculosis patients. Tuberculosis, often called the White Plague, was ravaging the United States. Louisville, in particular, had one of the highest infection rates due to its swampy climate. To isolate and treat the infected, Waverly Hills was built on a remote hill. It was believed that fresh air, sunlight, and rest were the only treatments available. What followed was a dark chapter in medical history. Patients underwent horrific treatments including lung removal, artificial pneumothorax, and other experimental procedures. Thousands died here. It's estimated that over 63,000 people lost their lives within these walls. Some say that number is exaggerated, but even the most conservative estimates are chilling. Death was a constant presence, and it left behind something far more sinister than just memories. The body chute. One of the most infamous parts of Waverly Hills is the tunnel known as the body chute. This long, sloping passageway was designed to discreetly transport the dead out of the building so that the sight of corpses wouldn't demoralize the surviving patients. But the very nature of the tunnel, a silent conveyor of death, has made it a hotspot for paranormal activity. Many visitors have reported hearing the sound of dragging feet, soft cries echoing off the tunnel walls, and an overwhelming sense of dread when walking through it. Paranormal investigators have captured unexplained audio, shadow figures, and cold spots in the chute. Some even claim to have been physically touched or scratched by unseen hands. Room 502. Room 502 has become legendary among paranormal circles. In the 1930s, a nurse was found hanging in this room, an apparent suicide after discovering she was pregnant out of wedlock. Years later, another nurse reportedly jumped from the window of the same room, plummeting to her death. Visitors and investigators claim Room 502 has a heavy, oppressive atmosphere. Apparitions have been seen standing in the window. Disembodied voices whisper behind closed doors. Equipment malfunctions are frequent. Some say the nurse's spirit remains trapped, reliving her final, tragic moments. Shadow people and child spirits. Waverly Hills is notorious for its shadow people. These dark, humanoid shapes are often seen darting across hallways or lurking at the edge of peripheral vision. Unlike ghosts, shadow people are thought to be a different type of entity, perhaps interdimensional beings, or something far worse. In contrast, the child spirits in Waverly Hills bring a sorrowful innocence. One of the most famous is Timmy, a young boy who reportedly died of tuberculosis. Visitors bring balls and toys for Timmy, and some have witnessed these objects moving on their own. Laughter and giggling have been caught on tape, though no children were present. Modern investigations and evidence. Over the years, Waverly Hills has been investigated by countless paranormal teams, including the Ghost Adventures crew and other renowned experts. The building has become a mecca for those seeking undeniable proof of the afterlife. EVPs, or electronic voice phenomena, are common. Investigators have caught whispers, screams, and even clear voices answering questions. Thermal imaging cameras have captured temperature anomalies and figures that disappear when approached. Flashlights turn on and off without human interaction. It is one of the few places where skeptics have come away shaken. The psychological impact. What does a place like Waverly Hills do to the human mind? Many visitors report overwhelming feelings of sadness, nausea, or panic. Some even become physically ill without explanation. This could be due to residual energy, the theory that emotions and experiences can imprint themselves on an environment. In a place like Waverly Hills, where death and despair were daily realities, that residual energy may still linger, affecting those who step inside. Psychics and empaths report being bombarded by voices and images. Even those with no sensitivity to the paranormal have experienced vivid dreams, hallucinations, and sudden emotional breakdowns after visiting. The spiritual debate. Is Waverly Hills truly haunted, or is it a projection of collective fear? The debate continues. Skeptics argue that the mind plays tricks, especially in dark and disturbing environments. Believers counter that too many experiences, too many voices and sightings, cannot be explained away. Some religious experts claim the sanatorium is a spiritual hotspot, a place where the veil between life and death is thinner. Others warn that something darker than spirits may inhabit Waverly Hills. Demonic entities or inhuman forces that thrive on suffering. Whatever the truth, Waverly Hills is more than just an old hospital. It is a mirror reflecting our deepest fears about death, suffering, and what lies beyond. Urban legends and haunted tours. The popularity of Waverly Hills has given rise to countless urban legends. Stories of satanic rituals, phantom nurses, and ghostly screams fill online forums and late-night podcasts. The site now offers guided tours, including overnight investigations. Many who enter with excitement leave with a newfound respect, or fear, for what they encountered. Tour guides themselves have their own chilling accounts, from seeing figures on upper floors to hearing their names whispered in empty rooms. These tales have only added to the mystique, transforming Waverly Hills from a forgotten relic into a living legend. Witness testimonies and personal accounts. Let's hear from those who've experienced Waverly Hills firsthand. Former staff members speak of footsteps in empty hallways and beds that moved on their own. Visitors describe cold spots, camera malfunctions, and feelings of being watched. One particularly disturbing account involves a man who claimed to have followed a nurse down a hallway, only to watch her vanish into a wall. Another visitor fainted after seeing a shadow figure crawl across the ceiling. These stories are as diverse as they are terrifying, and they form a tapestry of ongoing activity that continues to this day. So what do you believe? Is Waverly Hills Sanatorium simply a decaying old hospital, or is it something much more sinister? Could the energy of thousands of deaths have left behind echoes in the dark? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Share your theories, your beliefs, or your own experiences. We love hearing from you. And if you enjoyed this journey into the haunted halls of Waverly Hills, please like this video, share it with fellow horror lovers, and subscribe to the Grim Tapes for more spine-chilling content every week. Until next time, stay curious, and stay in the light.